Hi, I'm Jill Galloway. I'm an artist educator at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery. In today's Open Studio lesson, we're going to look at a series of portraits about the Apollo 11 crew and their achievements. We're going to focus on one portrait in particular, which is a documentary portrait, which means it tells a whole story. So first, we're going to explore the story of that portrait, and then we're going to do an art project based on the portrait. This should be a lot of fun. Let's get started. The goal of the Apollo 11 mission, set by President John F. Kennedy Jr., was to perform a crewed lunar landing and then return to Earth. In this painting, we see the three astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Eugene Aldrin, or Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. This painting can be thought of not only as a portrait, but also as a documentary. In other words, it's a story. Starting in the lower left corner, you can see the launch from Cape Kennedy in 1969. It's estimated 650 million people watched this launch on TV. In the background of this painting, you can see the Apollo 11 flying through space. And then to the right of that, you see an Earth. This mission would become the first time people would look down on Earth from space. This will also be the first time man will step onto the moon. While on the moon, an American flag was planted by two of the astronauts. Three days after leaving the moon, they splashed down in Earth's oceans. Astronauts Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin, and Neil Armstrong returned to a hero's welcome. For today's art project, we're going to make a painting of a galaxy. The supplies you'll need for today's lesson is blue, black, purple, and white acrylic paint, a black piece of paper or a black canvas, a sponge, and a paintbrush. The first step is to wet your sponge and squeeze it dry. To create your galaxy, you'll start with the Milky Way and add lots of white dabs of paint. You can use some water to make some of it more muted. Also add some blues and purples for depth. Keep dabbing down some colors until you create your own galaxy. Next, you need to flick down some stars. Start by making a watery white, and then soak your paintbrush in the paint. This is called loading your brush. Flick the paint down by tapping the brush over the black paper. Since the Apollo 11 mission in 1969, there have been 6 more crewed U.S. moon landings. If you'd like to see some more portraits of astronauts or take a closer look at the portrait we saw today, you can just go to our website at www.npg.edu, and there under portrait search you can type in astronauts. You should get a whole series of portraits from that collection there. Okay, thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next time.